Hey everybody, how's it going? We're out here doing some content. It's Wednesday. It's my current day off. And I would have done some content earlier, but it's been a busy day. Yeah, it's been a busy day. Indeed. What's going on? Well, I'm going to have a little relaxation time. We've got some bullseye flake, which I like. And one of my favorite types to enjoy it in is one of my old Bulldog K-Wood. So, that being said, I'm going to prep this all out and get going. So, how's everybody doing out there in YouTube land? Good, I hope. So yeah, I got up and got some things done. I had to run the errands, I needed to run the store. My wife is at school right now, and she asked me to run some errands. So I'm like, yeah, sure, that's fine. It's a beautiful day. Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful day. It's mild. It's not hot. It's warm, but it's not hot. And it's very clear. So what better day to have to go take the old antique Dodge out and run some errands around town, right? Yeah, well, I don't think there is a better weather for it. I mean, it's just great. I finally some nice weather. So yeah, it was very refreshing. So I took the Dodge out because the wife has the other car, and we only have two cars, and one's antique. The other one is a 2018 commuter. So with that being said, I only had one option, and that was my antique, which is fine. I love driving my old car. It's nice to have it because, it's good to drive it. And a lot of people that have antique cars, they pamper them a little bit, and then they'll leave them in their garage and maybe take it out for a cruise night or something. It's a very infrequent thing that they do with their antiques, with their old cars or classics, and yeah, they're not as convenient to drive for trash trucks. Now, I checked all the cans in the alley, and they've all been collected, so there should be no reason any trash trucks should come through the alley this Wednesday. They have already done it all. Anyways, as I was saying, most people that have classic cars, they drive them a couple times a year, and that's their choice. That's fine. But let me just tell you, if you drive them locally around town, just once or twice a week, at least once a week or once every other week, your cars are going to be healthier. Yeah, automobiles are designed to be driven. Yeah, they don't like to stick around and just sit and accumulate dust. No, they really don't. And it's bad for them because, if gas sits too long, guess what gas does? It turns to varnish. Oil sits too long, same effect. It turns into sludge. And, things that are movable parts, they need to be lubricated. They need to be moved. And, people at times can be likened to automobiles because we have to move and keep moving and stay active to stay healthy. That's right. Now, there's a fine balance, though. I will say there is a balance because if you're too active, you can damage your joints. You can wear them out. I know people that used to run track that overdid it. Running is a good sport. It's healthy, but you can't overdo exercise. You got to know your limitations. You got to know when enough is enough. So it's a balance, and that's really the key to life is a balance. Yes. So that's a moment in Robert's philosophical philosophy corner, if you will. There you go. So take that for what it's worth, as I fill a pipe to enjoy me yammering on about health. But I will say, as unhealthy as this might be, there are benefits. Yeah, I'm not an advocate for tobacco, of course not. I'm not being endorsed by R.J. Reynolds or Big Tobacco by any means. I'm just somebody who enjoys a pipe now and again. And I will say that some of the people that enjoy these, or even a cigar, they release stress with it. They release stress, and that's one of the #1 killers people don't want to talk about. Yeah, silly match. But yeah, stress is definitely a major contributor to premature aging, to illnesses of many kinds. So, yeah. Stinking matches, I swear. I need to buy a new box and hopefully get a box that's not so not good. There we go. Ah. Nice. There we go. Now we're started. We're official now. So what's going on out here? Nothing much. We haven't had much chance to really, work on anything. Well, I did work on something. It's something that I've already taken in front of the camera. But as for the JH Stone, the little JH Stone, I have not received a globe yet for it. I'm still kind of hunting one out. So that's still in the works. So we will not showcase the JH Stone yet. But the Winfield Standard, still working on it. Still working on it, getting the kinks out, still getting that ironed out. So that one's not ready to showcase and burn yet. That one's not there, no. So what do I have? Well, I've had this for a while now, for about a year and change, a couple months, a year and a couple months. My big Defiance. Ain't that big? Mm-hmm. It's pretty, isn't it? Well, when I showcased this the first time, you probably noticed it was a little dirty, a little dingy, had some rust in the corners, and it had some age. Yeah. But it was hanging out here in the garage, and I was looking at it, and I'm just like, it doesn't have the dark patina that I like. You know me and my dark patina. I like that nice, dark, aged, subtle rust, even coating of patina and age. Well, this didn't have it. It already had some bright work to it. It already was kind of on the bright side. So I thought, well, I might as well clean the rust off, clean out the corners, and get it all kind of spiffy looking, and polish it. And you know what? I'm glad I did, because it is really a handsome lantern. It is. And it's one of those early Defiances with the stamping on the top of the crown, or the chimney. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So I thought, well, if I polish it, I'll see that stamping better, because it kind of was subtle. It wasn't a real strong cast, so why not? If I polish it, you're going to see it better. You're going to see the patented July 11th, 1899, and May 15th of 1900. So, yeah. According to Drew Goff, shout out to Drew, he said that this is one of the early Defiances made in America, because before they were made in Canada, they had a partnership with I forget the company, forgive me, Drew, but they had a partnership with another company in Canada, and then they moved Defiance to the U.S. Mm-hmm. But you can definitely see some of the Canadian characteristics in the early Defiance lanterns, with the crown, or not the crown, but the stamping on the chimney. So yeah, it definitely has Canadian attributes to it. But it's just a big honking cold blast. And these things make a blizzard look like a dwarf almost. These things are pushing 15 inches tall. Oh. See how big? It's a big lantern. Yeah. Very big. So, should we light it? I think we shall. Why not? It's a nice one. Demonstrate how well it works. Well, I know it works better than these matches. Ah, come on already. You know. Really? I got fuel in there. The match died. I mean, not the match, but the flame. Ah. Come on. It's been a while since I burned it. It needs time to wake up. That's better. That's something. That's gorgeous. That's beauty. Ain't that beauty? Yeah, I almost contemplated selling this. I did. I'm glad I didn't. Because this thing is a really nice lantern to have on campus because it is bright. Really bright. Yeah. And that's not the best. That flame can get real up there. See that? Yeah, that's a flame. That's a tall flame. Pushing an inch tall, if not a little more. Yeah. So, has a beautiful, unmarked, hand-blown amethyst tint manganese glass globe. It's beautiful. It has that nice purple tint to it. Oh yeah. I love that manganese stuff. Oh yeah. So the Defiance is happier, it's prettier, and I think it will be quite nice on a camping trip. And sadly, I don't think that's going to happen until next year. As much as I would love to do a camping trip, weather's cooling off. That's actually a good thing, but it costs some money to do camping, and we're trying to save up for the holidays now because that's coming next. Yeah. Christmas. Traveling. Driving to Tucson and visiting family out there and renting a car because we like to save the miles on the Kia. So yeah, money's going to be going towards that. So we won't be doing any camping trips, but we'll be doing some outdoor stuff in Tucson because it's gorgeous out there, and we'll probably have a bonfire and hang around the fire, light a few lanterns, and enjoy the beautiful Arizona skies. I'll tell you something about that state. Ever since I went there for the first time back in the 1990s to visit some family in Mesa, I thought I liked Arizona, but I only saw Phoenix. And that's a bad representation of that state. Let me tell you. Glendale's not bad. I did like Glendale. I have family there too. But yeah, Phoenix was just nothing against anyone that lives in Phoenix. If you love it, I'm happy for you. I have nothing personally against Phoenix except for one, it gets really hot, and there's a bit of a crime issue there. Yeah, it can be said about most places in the world these days, but when I started dating my, my eventually wife, I went to Tucson for the first time. And that was the first time I ever been to Tucson. And there was a lot of history there, a lot of neat history, a lot of great architecture. Sadly, Tucson has a good side and a bad side, as most cities do. But you get outside of town, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. You have the Saguaro National Park south of Tucson. And that's beautiful country out there. Beautiful. A lot of saguaro cactus, a lot of beautiful rocks, different colors, red rock, all that. It's just gorgeous. And you have these hills with this volcanic rock ash type of covering that look almost black. And then you have cactus and sagebrush growing through that, and the green contrasting. Just beautiful. I love it. I am a big fan of that. I've become a real appreciator of the desert. Now during the summer, of course, it's hotter than Hades, but in the winter it's quite nice. Beautiful clear skies, insane beautiful sunsets. I love the sunsets at the desert. They just are very special. Here we have beautiful sunsets as well. I mean, there hasn't really been a bad sunset per se, but the ones here are harder to see because we're surrounded by homes and buildings and trees. Out there you have a better vantage point, a lot less obstructions. And that's what I love. Anyways, who knows? Maybe we'll end up out there. I wouldn't mind it. Personally, I wouldn't. Just have to convince the missus. I know she wouldn't mind living closer to her family, but yeah. We'll see what the future holds. So that's a nice lantern. Yeah. Good old Defiance. No.2. Yeah, that's a good piece. And they're not that easy to find. No. I was looking to see if there was any for sale recently, and I didn't find one. Either on eBay, Etsy, or some of the other collectors that sometimes sell lanterns, so they didn't have one they wanted to part with. So yeah, this is not perfect though. It's got some issues. The air tube there, yeah, the hole for the bail is kind of wonky and janky. Also, there's some solder marks on the other reverse side of the air tube right there that would almost suggest that this was a dash lantern at some point. But then again, there's no solder on the fount here where it would attach. So I don't know. It's hard to say for sure, but whatever the case is, it is an early Defiance. I think one is earlier than this that has an offset cap, but I'm not sure if this center cap came first or this off-center cap. So maybe Drew can enlighten us if which cap position came first. So there we go. Nice. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, this Wednesday content. I will be hopefully ordering a globe for the J.H. Stone shortly. And I will continue working on the Winfield and try and get that to burn correctly. And then we'll have a video, of course, for the Winfield when that is ready to go. All right. I am taking a lantern buying hiatus. Shock, I know. I'm very content with the things I have currently. I'm not going to be looking for anything new to buy because A, it's expensive. Shipping's expensive. And I have lanterns I'm already selling and trying to make room for the ones I have. So, yeah. Not a whole lot of room. And if I make a little room and find something I really have to have, then I'll definitely try and buy it. But, you know, I'm not done buying lanterns by any means. I'm taking a break. So we'll try and find some other things to focus on in the next coming months, besides just tubular lanterns. So it might get interesting. Who knows? All right, friends. Have a good one. We'll see you guys again soon. Probably on Friday. Take care. Bye-bye.